Yesterday I had the most amazing day. I went for a long ride on the scooter, something that I just love to do. I can't believe I'm actually saying I love riding the scooter, but I do. I went to explore just along the coastline, found a beautiful place that I could go and have a snorkel and done some great snorkeling, saw some different corals and stuff than I've seen down this way. I went out with no particular place in mind that I was going to go to. I just kept riding until I felt like stopping. I found this beautiful place right on the beach, and outside it, as is a lot of places around the northeast part of Bali, you can snorkel straight off the beach. So I went for a snorkel, and there were some beautiful corals there. I've been really quite blown away at the coral and marine life here in Bali. It's gotten a pretty negative rap, but it's really quite special. Anyhow, that was different snorkeling to what I've seen around Amed area. In Amed, I've found that there's lots of beautiful fish, and up at the Tejaluk, I think that's the name, how I pronounce it, there were lots more different species of coral. There were some huge plate corals. It was really quite nice. Then afterwards, I went for a ride. I'd heard about this waterfall, so I went and visited this beautiful waterfall. It really was a spectacular day, and I loved it so much. I would have loved it even more if my 14-year-old son would have come along with me. I kind of feel like I'm travelling with excess luggage at the moment. 60 kilos of excess luggage in the form of a red-headed 14-year-old boy. I've made it no secret that we've been struggling in our relationship for, a while now, maybe 6 months or so now. And part of that's to do with being a teenager, I get that. But this mum is struggling with the whole parenting side of things. It seems like whenever I open my mouth, I'm saying the wrong thing. Everything that I say, suggest, it's all met with negativity. So much anger. I really don't know what to do. Over the last week, he's really been pushing at me that he hates Bali, hates travelling. He just wants to go back to Australia. Parent guilt took over for a while, and I was thinking, oh God, if he's so unhappy, maybe we should go back to Australia. And I did start looking at the logistics of it all, and the whole time I was doing it, I just felt so sad and thinking about living back in Australia again. As much as I love Australia, it just made me feel empty. So rather than making a rash decision about it, I mulled it over for a few days. I wrote about it. I wrote about how I felt about it. I discussed it with him and shut my mouth tight, just letting him speak, writing down all the things that he thought would be better if we were back in Australia. And really, the only thing he could come up with was friends. I know friends are an important part of life. They've always been a very important part of my life. But the thing is that he has the opportunity to make friends here, just the same as he does in Australia. The community we're with in Ubud would be very similar to the types of people he'd be meeting if we were back in Australia. I struggled with, is it selfish of me as a mother saying that no, we're staying in Bali and we will continue to travel, rather than putting him first and doing what he wants to do. I toyed back and forwards with all these kinds of thoughts. Eventually I decided that, I think he's going to be miserable at this point in life, whether he's here in Bali or whether he's back in Australia. So is it better for him to be miserable in Australia with me miserable as well, or him miserable here in Bali with me happier? So my friends, I've put myself first. For the moment, we've compromised and we're going to be staying at least 6 more months in Bali, and maybe with some less travel. Maybe that might be more settling for him. In the meantime, I will continue to absolutely adore this beautiful island that we're living on. Happy days, my friends.